Hi, and welcome to Clappia. In this video, we'll see how you can allow users to reply to emails sent from Clappia and make sure those replies are received in the correct inbox instead of getting lost. This is especially useful when you're sending notifications, approvals, or updates from your apps and you expect the recipient to reply back to the correct email ID. Let's see how this works. I've logged into my Clappia workplace and I'll use this app as an example. This is a simple incident reporting app that I've created earlier, and this app is configured to send emails whenever a submission is made. There is a separate video on how to set up emails for your apps, but just as a quick recap, let's see how to set up an email notification in Clappia. So go to Design App, then go to Workflows, and over here you can see I've added the email node. So basically whenever a new submission is made, it triggers the workflow and immediately sends out an email. Now of course you can use this in combination with other workflow nodes. You can set up the email on the right panel. As you can see over here, first you will have to mention to which email address you want to send the email to. You can either type it in like I've done over here, or if you have fields in your apps that capture email addresses, you can pull those field values here just by typing @. You will see a list of all the fields from your app. Just select the field that captures the email ID. Similarly, you have subject and body where you can type it in over here, or if you have field values, you can pull in the field values dynamically by typing @. Just like in the email body over here, you can see I've added the field variables to pull submission values dynamically. You can also send attachments if you need to, or send PDFs if you have configured that for your app as attachments. If you want to know how to set up PDFs for your apps, that will also be linked in the description box. And that's it, I've made no other changes to the email node. So since this is just a quick recap, let me also show you really quickly how the email node works. So I make a quick random submission in App Home, like so. Click on Submit to make the submission, and I'll open my inbox to see if I've received the email. And yes, I've received it. You can see all the details have been captured here in the email. Now, notice something important here. The email has come from noreply@clappia.com. This is the default sender address of Clappia. You can change this using SMTP settings if required. There is a separate video on that as well, which I'll link in the description. But now let's look at the actual problem. If the person receiving this email clicks on reply, the reply will go back to noreply@clappia.com. Which is not ideal because you won't receive that response anywhere. So how do you fix this? Going back to the email workflow node, on the right panel you will have the option reply to email address. All you need to do is enter the email address where reply should be received. This could be a support inbox, a team email, or even a specific person's email ID. And again, just like other options, you can type in @ and pull up field values if you have a field in your app that captures email ID. So I'll give in an email address here, like so, and that's it. I'll just save this. That's really the only change that you need to do. So let's test this out again. And in App Home, I'll make a random submission. So I've made the submission and I'll go back to the inbox to check it out. And you can see I received another email. Again, it says noreply@clappia.com. However, this time if I click on reply, you can see the email address has been changed as the one I provided in the reply to email address option in the email workflow node. So any responses to this email will now land in the correct inbox instead of going to a no reply address. And that's how you enable replies for emails sent from Clappia and control where the replies are received. This will also work for submissions made through the Clappia mobile app. There is no additional setup required. If you haven't used the Clappia mobile app already, and if you want to check it out, you can do so by downloading it on Play Store or App Store. And all your apps that you've created will be live and ready to use. If you have any questions while setting this up or want help on any other feature in Clappia, you can raise a support request by clicking on the button over here at the top. You can select AI Assistant as it is trained on all of Clappia's help material, or you can choose any other option and our support team will get in touch. Thank you.